Hello, PEP scholars. Good evening. This is Kamau Mahakoe. Welcome to Kemet Maasai Academy, and we are continuing our PEP ability test review, doing our sample questions. So, welcome everyone. I don't have any of my scholars in studio yet, but I know they'll be joining me soon and very soon. For those of you who are going to be in the chat, remember to post your questions, post your answers as well as we go along. Post your comments, let me know what you're thinking as we go along the way. I would really love for you to participate. Hi, Gabby. How are you doing? I love when my scholars participate. I'm seeing audits. Okay, Gabby says she's good. That's awesome, Gabby. Okay, so let me share the link. Let me go ahead and do the preliminary sharing of the link so my scholars can join me. Hold on, what's this? The preliminary sharing of the link. And I'll be posting the link in the comments just now so that you can join me in the studio if you so desire. All right. How do you scholars feel? You have the PEP ability test next week coming up, right? It's a week from, well, almost just one day over a week from now, right? How are you peppers feeling? Let me know how you're feeling. Okay, so Gabby says she's in grade 6 and she has the PEP ability test next week, Thursday. She's feeling nervous. Audit says she's feeling scared. Oh my God. Well, no need, as Bob Marley would say, no need to get jumpy. So there's the link, guys, if you want to join me in studio while we wait for the others. No need to get jumpy because that's the whole point. That's the reason why we're doing the ability test review, so that you can sharpen up your skills. Okay, so let me see. Which one is it? This one. Okay. So there we have it. Let me see if anybody is in studio. Okay, so Gabby decided to join me in studio. Welcome, Gabby. Nathan is here. Shelly is here. Welcome, guys.
Hi, Miss.
Hi. All right, so are we ready to go?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Everybody is ready. All right, so let me first jot down the names so that I don't miss anybody while we're going down the line. So we have Gabby and we have Shalicia and we have Nathan. So we're ready to go. So it's a PEP student camp. So this booklet was issued by the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information last year. This was last year's PEP student camp, the ability assessment. We're going to be doing the first 15 questions. It's 30 questions in this booklet. We're going to go through the first 15 and then we'll do other student camp booklets as we go along, right? So, Gabby, the way we do it is we like to read our questions at least twice. So whenever I call on you students, just bear in mind, I'm going to be wanting you to read twice. Gabby, can you read question 1 and the options, please?
Yes, miss. Number 1. Which of the word below is the odd one out? A. Dividend. B. Product. C. Quotient. D. Divisor. Which of the word below is the odd one out? A. Dividend. B. Product. C. Quotient. D. Divisor.
Okay, and there is a typo here. Can anyone spot what the typo is in the question? There's a little typo in the question itself. Did anybody spot it? Read the question to yourself again.
Miss, product.
No, I'm not asking for the answer yet. I'm saying there is a typo. There's a word in the question itself that is incorrect. It's a typo. Did anyone pick it up? Nobody picked it up? All right, so it says which one of the word below. It should be which one of the words below, right? Plural. There are 4 words below, not just one. So which of the words below is the odd one out? All right, so Gabby, have you chosen?
Yes, miss. My answer is product.
Why do you say product?
Because all of them has to do with dividing except for product are parts of division steps.
So what parts of the division step is the dividend?
Dividend is the dividend is you use the divisor to see how much times can the dividend go into.
The dividend is the bigger number that you are going to divide up. So you use the divisor to see how many times it can go to the dividend, and then the answer is called. What's the answer called?
The quotient.
So you are correct. Product is the one that is the odd one out. It has to do with what operation? You said that dividend, quotient, and divisor have to do with dividing. So what does product have to do with? Gabby?
Miss, product. Product means when you multiply 2 numbers and you get a product. For example, 2 times 2 equals 4, and 4 would be the product.
All right. Okay. Very good. Shalicia, can you tackle question 2, please?
Which can be represented by the expression 13 minus 2n, which can be represented by the expression 13 minus 2n. The options are A, 13 less than twice a number n, B, a number n squared subtracted from 13, C, the difference between 13 and twice a number n, D, 13 less than a number n squared. A. 13 less than twice a number n. B. A number n squared subtracted from 13. C. The difference between 13 and twice a number n. D. 13 less than a number squared.
All right. So what say you? What say you,
Good evening,
Shalicia?
Miss.
Good evening, Amari.
Miss, I would say it's C. The question, the expression is 13 minus 2n, and I was taught when you see a number beside a letter, it means multiplication. So you have to
Okay.
multiply 2 times the number and subtract it from 13.
Okay, that is correct.
I
So
would say C, the difference between 13 and twice a number n.
okay, and we know that difference mean that we're doing what operation? What operation are we doing when we're asked to find the difference? Anyone?
Miss, it would be subtraction.
Subtraction. So you're correct, Shalicia. The difference between 13 and twice a number n. Twice means 2 times the number. So we say 2n, that's twice the number n. Nathan, could you tackle number 3, please? Nathan, not here. Okay, Nathan was kicked out. Nardika, number 3.
Excuse me, Miss, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. It said Manuela has to take 2 types of medicines for her illness. She takes one medicine every 6 hours. She takes the other medicines every 4 hours. She takes both medicines at 7:30 a.m. Manuela has to take 2 types of medicines for her illness. She takes one medicine every 6 hours. She takes the other medicines every 4 hours.
Medication.
Medications every 4 hours. Thanks for the correction, Miss.
You're welcome.
She takes both medication at 7:30 a.m. At what time will Manuela take both medication together again? A. 11:30 a.m. B. 1:30 p.m. C. 5:30 p.m. and D. 7:30 p.m. At what time will Manuela take both medications together again? A. 11:30 a.m. B. 1:30 p.m. C. 5:30 p.m. and D. 7:30 p.m.
All right, so let's look at this question carefully. Um, Welcome, Antoine. Antoine is not with us in the studio this evening. He's over there in the chat. And welcome to all the scholars who are in the chat. Remember to post your answers and your questions. What comes to your mind when you see this question, Nardika? How would you approach it?
Well, Miss, well, I think that well, it's like we have to like multiply and subtract the 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 like the questions.
Multiply the questions,
No, miss, subtracting these questions.
subtract the question. I don't understand what you mean.
Well, miss, like you have to find the answers the for the questions they give you.
Okay. How would you start? What would you start by doing?
Well, what I will start by subtracting the 6 by the 4,
Hmm.
and what would I get
You're going to take 6 from
from
4.
4?
Why would you do that?
Because because it will lead to my answer.
Well, if you take 6 from 4, what would you get?
2.
6 from 4 means 4 take away 6.
4 take away 6 comes.
But that's what you said, though. But I'm wondering though, what would make you think you just need to subtract them and that to give the answer? She takes one medication every 6 hours and the other medication every 4 hours.
Well, miss, the reason why I say that is because it became more on 6 hours and less on 4 hours. So that's why I think that.
Oh, but they're not. Are they asking you? What's the difference in time between the medication? I think if they were asking what's the difference in time or what's the span between the times that she takes one medication and the next, that time I think we would subtract. Does anyone else have any ideas how we can approach this question? Raise your hands or type in the chat how we can approach this
Miss?
question. Nordic saying she would just subtract. I'm not tending to agree with that. Anyone else? Pure?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss. I think it's 5:30 p.m., miss.
But tell me how you got to that answer. What were the steps you took?
Miss, I plus the 6 with the 4, miss. 6 plus 4.
All right, so Pure is saying he added the 6 and the 4. So both Nordica and Pure are taking some really simple ways out of this. They're looking for the easy way out. So Nordica is saying, well, all she wants to do is subtract. And Pure is saying all he wants to do is add. But why would you add them, Pure? What are they asking for? Let's look at the question again. At what time will Miwa take both medications together again? At what time will she take them together again? Nordica's approach would have been, if they wanted to know what's the difference in hours between when she takes the first one and the second one, that would have been a case to subtract. Pure is saying he's adding, but why? What makes you want to add Pure? Remember, we have to have a reason. We have to logically, we have to have a logical reason why we're doing the operation. We can't just get up and say, well, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You have to have a reason, a logical reason why. This question is not as simple as just subtracting something or adding something. There is a clue in the question that tells us how we can approach it. Yes, Amari?
Miss, I think it's D 7:30 p.m. Miss.
How did you get to D?
Miss, because it says she takes both medicines at 7:30 a.m. Miss. Miss, if you do the same step again, Miss, it will lead you back to 7:30 p.m. Miss.
If you take the same step again, so what are those steps?
Miss, if you take the medication, the two medication, Miss the same 6 hours every time and the 4 hours every time. Miss, they said that they got 7:30 a.m. Miss. Miss, if you do what they did again, Miss, you're supposed to get back the same 7:30 but in p.m.
All right. So Amari is saying he's taking the practical approach, and he's actually, so you start at 7:30, right? And let's call
Yes, Miss.
the 6-hour one medicine A and the 4-hour one medicine B, right? So if we take A every 6 hours, so from 7:30, what's 6 hours from that?
Miss, can you please repeat, Miss?
6 hours from 7:30 a.m. is what time? I think
That is 1:30, Miss.
30, right? And then
Yes.
another 6 hours would be 7:30, right?
Yes, Miss.
All right. So for medicine B, we're gonna take it every 4 hours. So 4 hours from 7:30 a.m. would be what? Is that 11:30 a.m.?
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
And then
Miss.
four more hours would be what? 12, 1, 2, 3:30 p.m.
3:30.
And then 4 more hours would be 7:30 p.m. So
7:30.
both of them coincide with the 7:30 p.m. All right. So Amari's approach, which is the practical approach, to literally jot down, okay, they both start at 7:30 a.m. Medicine A, we're going to count every 6 hours, and medicine B, we're going to count every 4 hours. All right, so that's one approach, and you will get to your answer if you do that, trial and error, following the instructions. But there's another way. There's the clue here in this problem is she took the medication at the same time. You want to know when the two numbers will coincide with each other. Whenever you see problems relating to that, they're generally talking about the LCM, the common multiple. So where you have two numbers, they're going, or any number of them, right, recurring, or the question is asking you where will they meet, anything of that nature, think LCM. So one is every 6 hours, one is every 4 hours. The LCM is every 12 hours. They are going to coincide every 12 hours. And we know that 12 hours from 7:30 a.m. is 7:30 p.m. So we could do it that the LCM method, or we could do it the practical step-by-step method, writing it down, counting every 6 hours for one, counting every 4 hours for one, and see where the times coincide.
Miss,
But excuse me,
Miss, I said,
Yes, Nardika. Hold on, Amari. Yes, Nardika.
well, I don't understand. How do you find the LCM though?
All right. Well, I tell you what. I'm going to give you a summary of it, but you can go on the channel when you're done and look under the grade 4 and grade 5 playlist and search for how to find the LCM, right? It's a short video and it explains in detail. Even though it's a short video, you'll get the grasp of finding the LCM. But basically, the LCM, or the lowest common multiple, is the smallest number that the two numbers or three numbers, any number of items, the smallest number that the two of them can go into at the same time. And in that video, I will outline three different methods of finding the LCM. So as soon as this live session is over, run over to the channel, look in the playlist for how to find the LCM, and that will clear things up for you. So the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6 is 12. So every 12 hours, they will coincide. All right, so Amari, it's your turn. I want you to read question 4, please.
Okay, miss. Number 4. King David has 2 sets of numbers. The first set starts with 7 and follows a pattern of increasing by 6. The second set starts with 54 and follows a pattern of decreasing by 7. How many numbers do these 2 sets have in common? A0, B1, C8, D19. Number 4. King David has 2 sets of numbers. The first set starts with 7 and follows a pattern of increasing by 6. The second set starts with 54 and follows a pattern of decreasing by 7. How many numbers do the 2 sets have in common?
All right. How would you approach this, Amari?
Miss, I'm going to try to work it in my book, miss, and tell you
All right, so let's all do that. Everybody do your working out quickly. So King David has 2 sets of numbers. The first set starts with 7, and it follows a pattern of increasing by 6. And the second set starts with 54 and follows a pattern of decreasing by 7. So quickly write your set of numbers, your 2 sets. Do you have your numbers?
No, miss, not yet, miss.
Does anyone have their list as yet?
No, miss, not yet, miss.
So we start for the first set. We start at 7, and we're adding 6 each time. For the second set, we start at 54, and we're subtracting 7. It's decreasing by 7. The first one is increasing by 6. So we're adding 6 each time. The second set of numbers, it's decreasing by 7. So we're subtracting 7 each time. All right, I'm ready to go. Who's ready with me? Who has their 2
Excuse me,
miss?
Miss, how do you know which number to stop at, miss?
Till you can't do anymore. Till you can't take any 7 anymore.
Okay, miss. Miss, I just need a couple more seconds, miss.
They are granted.
Thank you, miss.
Ready?
Yes, Miss. I think I'm ready, Miss.
All right. So let me hear your first list.
Okay, Miss. Miss for the Miss for the start to, the one that starts with 7. Miss for the one that starts with 54 and decreases by 7, Miss.
Mhm.
Yes. My first number was Miss 54. Then Miss I had 47, Miss, and then Miss I had 10, Miss. Then I had
10.
sorry, Miss 40. Sorry, Miss. Miss, I made a mistake. 47, Miss, and then Miss I had 33, Miss, and then Miss I had 26, Miss. Miss I
Sorry, Miss,
then
I got kicked out, Miss.
Okay.
Miss I then had 9, Miss,
9,
and then
Amar. 9.
yes, hold on,
27 minus 26 minus 7.
hold on, Miss. Miss 19, Miss. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
19, Miss, and then Miss I got 12, Miss.
Speed up, speed up, speed up. We
Miss
have
I got
15
12.
questions to go. All right. We have 11 more questions to go. All right. And for the other one,
Miss for
read
the
your
other
numbers,
one,
please.
Miss I had the 7, Miss, and then Miss I had 13, Miss. Miss I then had 19, Miss. Then I had 25, Miss.
Just
Miss
call
I
them out, Amari.
okay, okay.
7, 13,
25,
19, 25. What else?
31, Miss. 37, and 43, Miss.
You're not done yet. Oh, it says it stop at what?
Miss, it didn't say what it stops at. Miss.
For that one, um, they say, okay, so we should list more because it says that they want to know how many the two of them have in common. So since the other one started at 54, we should make sure we
Miss, it
just
must go
pass
up to 54,
54.
Miss.
Yeah. So you would have 49 as well. Because
Yes,
the
Miss, I
next
had
one will
49.
take it past 54, which is 55.
Yes,
All
Miss,
right.
I just did it and
So
got
how
50.
many numbers do they have in common?
Miss, they have
So in other words, they're asking how many numbers are in both sets. So we had 54, 47, 40, 33, 26, 19, 12, and 5. And then we had 7, 13, 19, 25, 31, 37, 43, 49, 55. If we were
Miss.
doing sets, we would want to see which numbers overlap, which numbers are in the intersection in both sets. How many of them?
Miss, 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 I'm looking for them, Miss.
It's only one. It's number 19.
Oh,
19 is
yes, Miss,
complete
yes,
in both of them. All
19,
right.
Miss.
We have to speed up because we have 11 questions to go, right?
Yes, Miss.
Okay,
Yes,
so
Miss.
let me see now who I have on the list. Who is next after Amari? I have Pure. Pure, please read the question twice and the options as well.
Yes. A farmer is packing oranges into boxes. She packs the same number of oranges into each box. She has packed a total of 336 oranges into 24 boxes. She still has 210 oranges that must be packed. How many more boxes must the farmer package? A 17, B 15, C 14, D 9. A farmer is packing oranges into boxes. She packs the same number of oranges into each box. She has packed a total of 336 oranges into 24 boxes. She still has 210 oranges that must be packaged. How many more boxes must the farmer package? A 17, B 15, C 14, D 9.
All right, Pure, how would you approach that? And the rest of us, work out your answers so you can let me know the different answers that we're getting. How would you approach it, Pure?
Miss, can I give me some time, miss?
Sure. All right, so everybody work that one out. Those in the chat, have you worked it out? Let me know your answer. So it's a farmer and she's packing oranges into boxes. And she packs the same number of oranges into each box. That's a very important detail here. Whenever we're dealing with the same number of things being put into an object, what operation are we thinking of there? She has packed a total of 336 oranges into 24 boxes. She still has 210 oranges that must be packaged. How many more boxes must the farmer package? So I have a feeling that this one is going to require more than one operations. It's not as simple as just subtracting something or just adding something or just multiplying or dividing. I have a feeling we're going to need to do at least 2 or 3 steps, 2 or 3 operations. Anyone has any ideas yet?
Miss,
Yes.
since the question said that she packed the same number of oranges into each box, and that she packed a total of 336 oranges into 24 boxes, I think we would divide 24 into 336, and then the answer we get, we would subtract it from 210.
Subtract it from 210. Subtract it from 210. So you divide to find out how many oranges go into each box. Because it was 336 oranges and she put them into 24 boxes. So dividing there would tell us how many oranges were put in each box. So she has 210 oranges left back. So it's not just a matter of, would you subtract the number that was put into each box from the total that's left? I don't think that would tell us how many more boxes we'd need. Think about it some more. Anyone else? So the first step was correct. That first step to divide to see how many oranges can be put into each box, right? That first step was correct. The second step, go back to the drawing board, please, and reconsider what to do. Now that we have found out, and by the way, how much did you get when you divided the 336 by 24?
Miss, I got 14.
Miss, I got 14, miss.
Okay. So now that we know...
Miss and I got 14 too, miss.
Okay, very good. So we're all at that first important step. Now that we know that each of those boxes can hold 14 oranges, and the farmer has 210 more oranges to pack, how are we going to find out how many more boxes she can pack?
Miss, I think I know, Miss.
Let me
Miss,
hear.
I got it too, Miss.
Miss,
Okay,
divide again.
go ahead, Pure.
Say
Miss, I
divide
got it
again,
too,
Miss.
Miss.
Divide what?
Miss, the answer.
What answer?
Miss, the 336.
You're going to divide the 336 again?
No, Miss.
That's what you said.
Miss, you divide the 14 by the 210, Miss.
Divide the 14 by the 210.
Yes, Miss.
So we would put the 14 under the line and the 210 in the curve. That's what you're saying? That's
No,
what it
Miss.
would mean to divide 14 by 210. Is that what you're saying?
No, Miss.
What should we do? Say the correct thing that we should do. All right. Who else said they wanted to tell me?
Miss, I think I know, Miss.
Amari, what was your approach?
So Miss, since you divide the 24 into the 336, Miss, would you also do the same to find the answer, Miss? So you said, you divide the 210, Miss, by the 24, Miss.
Divide 210
By the 24.
by the 24. You're dividing the 210 oranges. I don't see why you would do that though. The 24 has nothing to do with this 210. The 24 are the boxes that have already been packed from the 336. That's how we found out how much was in each box. We divided the number of oranges by the number of boxes. So now we know there are 14 oranges in the box. The 24 has nothing to do with the 210. These are different oranges now she has to pack into boxes. We want to know how many boxes these will be packed into. So the 24 has no relation to this number of boxes that we're going to find. But you're on the right track. Does anyone else want to say? Welcome, Antoine.
Miss,
Good evening.
Who else had said they wanted to share? Whoever wants to share, just indicate, please.
Miss, I'm thinking that after you divide the 24 into 336 and get 14, you would divide the 14 into 210 to find out how many
That's
more has to
correct.
be.
Right. So now that we know that there are 14 in each box, we need to divide the 210 oranges that are left by the 14 to see how many boxes. So do that, please. Do that quickly. The time is going so fast and we're just at number 5. And we said we wanted to do 15. I wonder if we'll be able to do the 15. Quickly divide the 210 by 14.
Miss, I got the answer.
What did you
I got
get?
my answer too, Miss.
It's B15.
That is correct. It's D15. All right, Antoine.
Miss, I got 50 as well.
Okay.
Miss, I got 15, Miss.
All right, so we can move on. It's B15. Antoine, please read question 6.
Okay, Miss. Number 6. Which of the named geometric solid could have exactly 5 faces, 9 edges, and 6 vertices? A. Triangular base prism. B. Square base prism. C.
Pyramid.
Pyramid. Sorry. Thanks for the correction. B. Square base pyramid. C. Triangular base pyramid. D. Cuboid. Number 6. Which of the named geometric solid would have the could have exactly 5 faces, 9 edges, and 6 vertices? A. Triangular base prism. B. Square base prism. Pyramid. C. Triangular base pyramid. D. Cuboid.
Okay, what do we say for this one? So it needs to have 5 faces, and it needs to have 9 edges and 6 vertices where the lines meet. Which of those shapes do you know, Antoine?
Uh, Miss,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the triangular base pyramid.
The triangular based pyramid.
Yes, Miss.
The triangular based pyramid would have how many faces? How many faces would that have? If it's a triangular base pyramid, so we'd have a triangle as the base, and then 3 faces, 3 sides. So that's 4 faces in all for the triangular based pyramid.
Yes,
Triangular base, right? So it's not that one. And we know the cuboid has how many faces?
6.
6 faces. All right, the square based pyramid. So we would have a square as the base, and then 4 sides coming up, but then we'd have to count the edges. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be 8 edges. You can draw these figures. I don't have I wish I had the pen where I could draw it on the board. But it would seem to me it would more be let me see, the triangular base prism. Let me sketch it. So we have a triangle at the bottom, triangle at the top. Since it's a prism, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that would be 5 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 edges. So it will be the triangular base prism, not the pyramid. So you can sketch these. We all know the cuboid is a rectangular box, and that has 6 faces. So that one is out. The triangular base pyramid has 4 faces. The square base pyramid does have the 5 faces, but it doesn't have the required number of edges. So remember, it has to be 5 faces, 9 edges, and 6 vertices. So for this one, it's A.
Miss, I was trying to say that, Miss, but my mic was off. Miss.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're back to Gabby. Are you still there, Gabby? Let me check if Gabby is still with us. Hold on. No, Gabby is not with us. So you see my the system has no manners. Sometimes it just kicks people out. All right, Nathan. Are you there, Nathan?
Yes, miss.
All right. Could you do number 7, please? Read it twice.
Okay. Teacher wrote the expression shown below 9 times 7.5. Which of the following statements about the value of the expression is true? A. The value is between 6 and 7. B. The value is between 8 and 9. C. The value is between 10 and 11. D. The value is between 12 and 13. Teachers wrote the expression shown below 9 times 7.5, 7.5. Which of the following statements about the value of the expression is true? A. The value is between 6 and 7. B. The value is between 8 and 9. C. The value is between 10 and 11. D. The value is between 12 and 13.
All right. So what do you say, Nathan? Based
Miss,
on
I need a little more time, miss.
you need some time. All right.
Yes, miss.
Everybody do your working out. So it's 9 times 7 over 5. So we want to see what's the range of values between what and what. We're going to get a fraction as an answer. So they want us to tell them which two whole numbers does this fraction fall between. So work out quickly. 9, or if you want, you can put 9 over 1 if you want, times 7 over 5.
Miss,
Yes, go ahead.
I said D. The value is between 12 and 13.
All right. Anybody else?
And miss,
Yes, yes, Antoine.
my answer would be 12 and 3 over 5.
12 and 3 over 5. All right. Does anyone else have another answer? Nathan, are you finished?
Miss, I have the same
No,
answer.
miss.
All right. So when we multiply the 9 times 7, what do
Miss, I
we get?
got the same answer just a while ago.
What's 9 times 7?
Miss 9763, Miss.
All
And
right.
4.
So it will be 63 divided by 5.
Yes,
And
Miss.
5 goes into 63. How many times?
12 times Miss remainder 3, Miss.
So it's 12 remainder 3 over 5. You see
Yes,
that,
Miss.
Nathan? Did you get to that point?
Yes, miss.
All right. So do you agree that it falls between the 12 and the 13 then?
Yes, miss.
Okay, all right. Nordika,
Yes, miss.
could you read question 8, please?
Jacqueline went running 3 times this.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, thank you, miss. Jacqueline went running 3 times this week. Each time she ran 2.5 kilometers. Which number line has point K? Graphed so that it best represents the total distance Jacqueline ran in kilometers. Jacqueline went running 3 times this week. Each time she ran 2.5 kilometers. Which number line has point K graphed so that it best represents the total distance Jacqueline ran in kilometers?
All right. So which of the number lines shows that she's running 2.5 kilometers 3 times?
Miss, I need a little more time to work
No
that out.
problem. No problem. So let us all study the number line. Which one shows a movement of 2.5 or 2.5 kilometers 3 different times? All right, so Mikhail is saying D. Jordan is saying
Found
D.
my answer, Miss.
Hmm?
Miss, I found my answer too, Miss.
Okay, let's give Nardika a little more time.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, Audit says D also.
Miss, my answer is D as well.
Who is that? Is that Nardika or Shalisa? Nardika,
Yes, miss?
you gave your answer?
No, miss.
Oh, so Shalisa is saying D. I'm not sure who spoke a while ago. Trying to find out
Miss,
who
I
said
kind
D
of
as well.
don't think it's D, Miss.
Me, miss.
I think
Hmm?
it's D, miss. Miss, I think it's D, miss.
Okay. So it seems to be unanimous. So let's see. So look, Nardika, here's what we're saying. So 2.5. So we're starting at 0. All of them start at 0. So we need to go 2.5. So that's 2 and then halfway between the 2 and the 3. And from there, if we add 2.5 more, it will take it to 5. 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. And then 2.5.
Excuse me, Miss.
Yes.
Miss, I think it's A, Miss.
A.
Yes, Miss.
Miss,
If we
excuse me,
start
sir.
with A, we are from 0 to what? 1.5. A
Excuse
goes,
me, miss.
hold on a second. A goes to 1.5 first. But it says it should move 2.5, 2.5. Yes, go ahead now. Go ahead.
Miss, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying that my answer was D also.
Okay. All right, so we can see it can't be A because for A it starts at 0 and then goes to 1.5. This is not 1. This is 1. So that's 1 and then a half. This one goes to 2.5, but then it goes to 5.5. So it jumped 2.5 and then 3 more. This is the one that goes 2.5 with every jump, right? So the answer is D. All right, Amari, it's your turn. Question 9.
Examine the pattern below. Figure 1, Figure 2, Figure 3, Figure 4. How many cubes would be in Figure 5? A 6, B 10, C 11, D 24. Number 9. Examine the pattern below. How many Figure 1, Figure 2, Figure 3, Figure 4. How many cubes would be in Figure 5? A 6, B 10, C 11, D 24.
All right, so let's examine that. What are they doing each time?
Miss at the flat part, miss, they're adding 1. Miss, they started with 2, miss, and they add 1 every time, miss. And miss for the part that's going up, miss, they started with 1, miss, and adding 1 to it again, miss.
So
So miss,
they're adding 2 each time. That's what you're saying?
yes, miss.
All right,
Just
so they're going up. Michael says going up my add numbers. So they're adding 1 to each end each time. Or in other words, they're adding 2 each time. So what would be in
Yes,
pattern
Miss.
company? In
miss it would
pattern
be
5?
C 11, miss.
All right,
Miss
that
S
is
is
correct.
C11 as well.
Okay, that's correct. They're adding
Me
2.
too, Miss.
All right, so it's unanimous. You see, my scholars are brilliant. That's just how it is, right? All right, so who is next on the list? We have, let me see, hold on. Antoine, is back to you.
Okay, miss. Number 10. This table shows the number of minutes that Dave and Keisha rode their bicycles over a 5-day period. The days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They Dave for Monday 60 minutes, Tuesday 30 minutes, Wednesday 20 minutes, Thursday 70 minutes, Friday 45 minutes. Keisha Monday 45 minutes, Tuesday 30 minutes, Wednesday 55 minutes, Thursday 65 minutes, Friday 30 minutes. Which statement is true?
All right, so since we all can look at the chart, we're just going to read the statements. Read the statements twice, please.
Which statement is true? A. Keisha's median time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is equal to that of Dave's median time. B. Keisha's median time for the number of sorry, Keisha's median time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is greater than of Dave's median time. C. Keisha's median time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is less than that of Dave's mean time. D. Keisha's mean time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is greater than that of Dave's mean time. Which statement is true? A. Keisha's median time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is equal to that of Dave's median time. B. Keisha's median time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is greater than that of Dave's median time. C. Keisha's median time. Keisha's
Mean
mean
time.
time. Thank you, Miss, for the correction. Keisha's mean time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is less than that of Dave's mean time. Keisha's mean time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is greater than that of Dave's mean time.
So what do they mean by median time and mean time? Because they're asking us to compare the median time and mean time. So what do they mean by that? What's the median of a set of numbers?
Miss, the median of the set of numbers is the number in the middle, or if there are two numbers in the middle, you'll have to subtract them.
You'd have to add them and divide by 2.
Yes, Miss. Thanks for the correction.
You're welcome, Antoine. So we need to work that out for the two students, the two friends or siblings. We need to work out the mean and the median for each of them so that we can compare. So Antoine is saying the median is the middle number, but first you have to, well, they're in order. Are they in order? No. We have to put them in order in terms of size and then pick out the one that falls in the middle. That's the median number. So let's do that for Dave. What's Dave's median number? Dave's median number. To put them in order, so we'd have 20, 30, 45, 60, and 70. So his median is 45. Do we agree?
Yes, Miss.
Do we agree?
Yes, Miss.
And Keisha's median, if we put them in order, we'll have 30, then 30 again, then 45, 55, 65. So her median is also 40.
Miss. Sorry, Miss. 45, Miss.
Okay, so both of them have the same median. How do we find the mean or the average?
Miss, you add up all the numbers in the sense and divide by the number.
Okay, we add up all the numbers and divide by the amount of numbers. So if we add up all of Dave's, 60 plus 30, that's 90, plus 20 is 110, plus 70 is 180, plus 45, that's 125, divided by 5, that's what, 25, right?
Yes, Miss.
So Dave's median is 25, and Keisha's median, 45 plus 30 is 75, plus 55 is 130, plus 65, 195, plus 30, that's 125 again, isn't it?
Yes, Miss.
So hers is also, so they have the same median and the same mean. So let's look at the options again. So Antoine, tell me what you choose for this. They have the same median, the same mean. So which of those options is correct?
Miss, I am still working out.
Okay. Anyone else?
Miss, I have my answer, Miss.
What do you say,
Miss, I have
Amari?
A, miss. Miss, I have A, miss.
All right. What do you say, Shalisa?
I also say A.
Okay. Read what A says, Amari.
Miss A says Keisha's median time for the number of minutes she rode her bicycle is equal to that of Dave's median time.
All right. So based on what we did, we see that their median times are the same. But let's check the other options and see if we definitely can rule them out. So Keisha's median time is greater than Dave, so that is out. Keisha's mean time is less than Dave's mean time, that is out. Keisha's mean time is greater than Dave's mean time. Okay, so all those are out. We did the actual calculations and we see that those are out. All right. So, what have I done? What have I done? All right. All right. Who just did that question? Antoine?
Yes, miss.
All right. Nathan, could you do the next question, please? Do the next question. Are you there, Nathan? Or Pure, do the next question, please.
All right, miss. What decimal number is represented by the point W?
Represented?
Thanks, miss. Represented by the point W on the number line below. A 0.9, B 1.4, C 1.5, D 2.1. 12. Which expressions in is equivalent to 74,013? A 7 times 10,000 plus 4
Oh,
times
sorry. Pure, you're doing two numbers. You're only to the number 11.
Oh, alright, miss. What decimal number is represented by the point W on the number line below? A 0.9, B 1.4, C 1.5, D 2.1.
So look at where the W is. What do you say, Pure?
Miss, I say B, miss.
Say what the answer is.
B, miss, 1.4.
And what makes you say that?
1.4.
What makes you say 1.4? Remember, you have to be able to justify your answer. You have to be able to explain to someone why you chose that answer. Did you just pick a number? Say why you chose 1.4.
No, miss, no, miss. No,
Why
miss.
did you say 1.4?
Yes?
Hold a minute, Anton. Pure.
Miss, because I counted at the 1 first and then go to 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4, miss.
All right, so we know that the W is somewhere between the 1 and the 2, right? Okay, so it
Yes,
passed the 1, and then the
1 to
spaces
1 to
between the 1 and the 2 are 10 spaces, so we know it's decimal, and then W is 4 places from the 1. Okay, that's all you needed to say, Pure. That's enough, right? But we must be able to justify our motives, our actions when we're doing mathematics. Thank you, Pure. Mary, are you on? Mary.
Miss
Sometimes,
member, that's misread, Miss.
huh?
Miss member, that's misread, Miss.
Miss Reed is not on.
Yes, Miss Mary is misread, Miss.
Mary is Miss Reed.
Miss last time Mary was misread, Miss.
How you know that?
Miss remember in the first one, Miss, she opened her mic and told her that she was and told you that she was Miss Kamau, Miss. Miss
Miss
on the
Reed.
YouTube, she's my
So
side.
why? So why?
Sorry, miss, it's me.
Miss,
Missy,
Miss,
I'm going to come out. Missy, add me. I told her to make me stay backstage. I'm going
Miss,
to let
Miss, I
somebody come
want you
in.
to do. I want you to do number 12, please.
No, miss, no, miss, no, no. Me
Miss,
like
do
them back.
number 12 for us, please.
Cool, miss. Me make Nathan come in. I want him come in. Can me come down and cry. Make him come in.
All right. So let me remove you and add Nathan. Let's him do it. All right, Nathan.
Yes, miss.
Could you do number 12, please?
Miss.
Are you seeing number 12?
Yes, miss.
Go ahead.
What expression is equivalent to 74,000.013?
It's a
A.
point? Hold on.
No,
You said
miss.
call,
74,000.
call him number again.
74,013.
You don't have to say the zero. It's just holding a place. 74,000.
74,013.
Okay, very good. All right, so how do we expand that? Expanded notation. How do we expand that?
Oh, miss, that miss?
Yeah. Which of those options would you use to expand?
Miss, I would say D, miss.
Read what D says.
7 times 10,000 plus 4 times 1,000 plus 1 times 10 plus 3 times 1, miss.
All right, and you're absolutely correct, Nathan. Thank you. So we have 2 questions to go.
Yes, miss.
Hold on now. Let's see who is still here. Nordica.
Yes, miss.
Nordica.
Yes, miss.
Question 14.
George owns a rectangular
Plus parcel.
parcel
Mm-hmm.
of land with dimension 12 meters by 9 meters. He requires his hold on, miss. Come on. He requires his parcel of land to be fenced. Fence fencing posts should be 1.5 meters apart. Fencing posts will be up. Hold on, miss.
How many?
How many fencing posts will he need? George owns a rectangular parcel of land with dimension 12 meters by 9 meters. He requires his parcel of land to, to be fenced. Fencing posts should be 1.5 meters apart. How many fencing posts will he need? A. 28. B. 24. C. 21. D. 14. A. 28. B. 24. C. 21. And D. 14.
Okay.
Miss, I need some time to do that.
Hmm?
I said I need some time to do that.
All right. Everybody work that one out. Everybody work that out. Let me know what ideas are coming into your head. What approach are you having for this question? How do you plan to approach this? Mikhail says she got 28. Audit got 12. Hold on, let me see. I think remember, scholars, when you're posting your answers, you have to post the question. You have to say, okay, number 10, that's my answer for number 10, my answer for number 13. Because remember, I can't always see the chat in real time as the questions are coming up, because I am looking at I'm looking at the questions, and I have to actually go over to the studio screen before I can see your responses. So when I'm reading them, I want to be able to, even if I have to go back, scroll up back and see what you said for number 10, what you said for number 5, I want to be able to do that. I don't just want to see the answers there. All right, are you ready, Nardika? Or is anyone else ready? Nobody else? So Mikhail says, for the width, I got 6 fences for one side, and for the length, I got 8 fences for one side. But how did you get that? What operation did you do, Mikhail? So Mikhail is in the chat and explaining, got 28, which is A, I think. A, 28. Jordan also says 28, but I want you scholars to tell me how. We're interested in knowing how you got it. All right. All right, in the interest of time, let me explain. So we're thinking perimeter first. That's the first thing, because it's a rectangular parcel of land. The dimensions are 12 meters by 9 meters. So if he's going to fence the land, he's going to be running the fence along the perimeter of the land, along the edge, right? So 12 meters plus 9 meters plus 12 meters plus 9 meters. How much we get for that? 24 plus 18, that's 42, right? 42 meters in all, and the posts are 1.5 meters apart. So to find how many posts, we would divide. So 42 divided by 1.5, and we would get 28. We're kind of rushing at this point. We have 2 questions to go. And
Miss,
yes,
excuse me, Miss.
go ahead.
I was about to say it was the answer, but it was because my phone was dying. That's
Oh,
why.
okay. All right. So I'm going to allow Shalicia to read question 14. And then we have one last question. We're in a rush, Shalicia. Question 14, please.
Diagram shows a representation of a whole number. Which whole number is represented by the diagram? The options are A. 23,243, B. 7,304, C. 3,074, or D. 374. The diagram shows a representation of a whole number. Which whole number is represented by the diagram? A. 23,243, B. 7,304, C. 3,074, or D. 374.
What say you? So we have, here's a box of 100.
Miss,
A box of 100. Go ahead.
Miss, I think I would miss add
Add what?
miss all of the diagrams, miss.
Okay, you would add them. Well, each one represents a place value, right?
Yes, miss.
So we just need to see how many of each place value there are and put the digits, right? So this is a batch of 100. So we have
Because of 3.
3 batches of 100. And this is a batch of 10. How many batches of 10 we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batches of 10. And then we have 4 ones. So, Shalicia, how would we write that? 3 hundreds, 7 tens, 4 ones.
Miss, it'll be 374.
And what letter is that?
D, 374.
Okay, that's correct. All right, Amari, you have the last question tonight.
Okay, miss. Number 15. Claude scored the following grades on his science examination: 70, 90, 60, 75, and 85. What grade should he aim for on his sixth examination to improve his average? A. 80, B. 75, C. 70, and D. 60. Number 15. Claude scored the following grades in his science examination: 70, 90, 60, 75, and 85. What grade should he aim for on his sixth examination to improve his average?
Options.
A. 80, B. 75, C. 70, D. 60.
If he wants to improve his average,
That's all.
which grade should he aim for? Anyone?
Miss, what I think we should do, miss, is find the average of the 5 numbers, miss.
Mm-hmm. Of the 5 numbers that the grades?
Yes, miss, the 70, 90, 60, 75, and 85.
Why would we need to do that?
Miss, because it says something about average in the question, miss.
But do we need to do that? If we wanted to find the average, we would add the numbers and what else? How would we find the average if we wanted?
Oh, miss, you add up all the numbers, miss, and divide it by the amount of numbers that they are there,
Okay.
miss.
But would we really need to work out the average in this question? All we want to know is we want to improve our average. We want to get a higher score, a higher average. What would improve our average? A higher score or a lesser score?
The highest score.
It's the highest.
We just need to find the highest score.
So miss, A 80, miss.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It would be
Miss, that was my first.
Yeah.
Miss, that was my first answer, miss. But I was saying there must be some twitch, cause that's the easiest.
In this case, I'm thinking we really don't need to work out the average. We just need to understand we want to improve on what we have. So if we want to improve on it, then the higher the score he gets, the more it will improve. And the highest score here is 8.
Miss has a 75, miss.
You say 75? Why do you say 75?
Miss, because I add up all the numbers and divide it by 10. Not 10, 5, miss. And I got 75.
75 is his average, but are they asking us what is his average? No. They're asking us what grade does he need to get to improve that average. to make it more. So if he gets an 80, it will bring it up a little. Right?
Yes, miss.
Okay, so we've come to the end. It is 8 o'clock. Oh my. It is 8 p.m. And so we have to wrap it up now. Thank you, scholars, as usual. I'm not going to be able to do the class tomorrow evening because I have an engagement tomorrow. So just for this week only, we can have class on Friday evening. Okay? To
Okay,
make
miss.
to make up for the fact that
Okay, miss.
we can't have it tomorrow. So
Miss, will it
the
still be the
time
same 6:30 to 7:30 for the Friday?
6:30 to 7:30, and we're going to do the next 15 questions in this same paper.
Yes,
Right?
miss. Yes, miss.
So see you guys on Friday then. And thank you
Bye,
for your
miss.
time.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
Bye, darling.
Bye, miss.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So how you not letting me see your face?
It's me, miss.
I'm talking to your siblings.
Oh,
Your siblings are not allowing me to see them. Oh,
Baby.
hi.
baby.
Is that sunshine?
Baby.
No, miss, a little baby, miss.
Hi, little baby.
Baby.
Kimoya.
See you on Friday. See you on Friday.
Miss.
Bye.
You just seen them, miss?
Bye, miss.
Yes, I'm
Miss.
seeing them.
Miss. Mommy. What? I 1 0 0 0 0 equals
Bye.
0 0 0 0 3.